So we're going to be looking at the lesson 3 file, and you can see it's up here, and you can find that in your files folder. Now I'm actually zoomed in a little bit here. I can press Command and minus or Control and minus to zoom out, Control and plus, and I can also use my thumb, my left thumb, on the spacebar to move myself around. So if you need to look around one of the files, that's how you do it. Now next thing is, you'll see here I've got a ruler. Now if you want to turn that on, you can go to View, Show Ruler, but that's a bit slow. Command and R is my favorite because I love shortcuts. So try that, Command and R, or Control and R if you're on a PC. Okay, so what we want to do is recreate the left onto the right, and you'll be doing that throughout the course. So today we're going to be looking at using the paintbrush. Now if we look on the right hand side here at our layers, you'll see that we have a right layer, a left layer, and then a locked layer. So the frame is just what we use to show you what we're doing. So what we want to do now is be painting on the right layer. Whenever you're doing anything on Photoshop, make sure that you're selected the right layer that you want to be on. Not necessarily the right layer, but just the layer that you want to be working on. Okay, so what we want to do now is just move this down a little bit. Now the first one we're going to do is a nice little kind of hard brush. So what we need to do is select the brush tool, and this is over here on the toolbar. Now if you want to get this very quickly, just press B and that will select it. Now I'm going to select the black color, so I'm going to click on hold on there and then click OK. Now as you can see, my brush is a little bit bigger than you'll see on the left hand side, so just right click and you'll see the size here. I'm just going to move this down to about 20. That's probably about the right size. Yeah, looks good to me. Now just as a little thing from me, recently I found out that if you have caps lock turned on, it actually the icon that you can see right in front of you disappears. So if you do ever find that, just press caps lock and it'll come back. Just something I recently found out. Right, so what we want to do now is, just following the instructions above, we're just going to do a nice little black thing like that. Now as you can see, mine's not the same, but we need to know why. Now the reason for that is the changes here on the properties bar. So the opacity and the flow. So what I'd like you to do is make sure that these are both 100%. So let's move that up and let's try that again. As you can see, it's much better. But if you did want to make a sort of softer line, then that's how you can do it, by changing the opacity and the flow. Now the next one is a big fat one, so we're going to be right clicking again and then we're going to make this bigger. Alternatively, if you use the brackets on your keypad, now they're the ones just next to P, the sort of angular brackets, you can actually click those two and they'll make them bigger. So it's a nice easy way of doing it. Right, so we've got it quite big now, so again I'm just going to go around and then copy like that. Oh, it's just too easy this. Great. Now the next one, as you can see, is a little bit softer. It's got a softer edge around the sides. This is good for when you're doing sort of retouching and things like that, and you don't want the retouching edges to be too harsh. So this time we're going to reduce the hardness here. I'm just going to go down to, let's say, 50%, and I'll show you the differences. So if we go to 50% there, alright, I'm just going to quickly do that. I'll just do half of it. Now let me do the next half at 0% hardness. And there we go. You can see how different that is. Alright? Actually it kind of looks like a snail. So you'll be able to see using the hardness and also changing the size can dramatically change the type of brush that you create. So as I promised you earlier, I wanted to show you how to install some custom brushes. So I'd like you to head over to brusheasy.com. How did I find that? All I did was free brushes. Alright, spelled it correctly. And here, it's right at the top there, so probably a good guess that it's going to be a good website to use. So I just chose this one here. And normally there's a little bit of a pop-up when you click on download, but you can actually just close that or give it a couple of seconds just to start downloading. So you'll see that the file starts to download here, and once you've downloaded it, you'll be able to unzip it. Once you've unzipped it, if I just close this down, what you'll see is this, a little brush file here. Now all you need to do to install this is double click it, which is very, very useful. Now all you need to do is now right click and then look at the bottom of your list, and you'll start to see the one that you've just installed, and there it is. Now I think green's going to be a bit ugly, so I'll just choose a grey colour. Click OK, dink, and there we go, dink, there we go. A wonderful little brush in 2 seconds. So that's how you install a custom brush. Head over to Brush Easy, which is one of many websites, download it, double click, and then use it. And that's it.